Alright, so we got the last, what is this thing called again?
The rivet.
Huh?
Rivet.
Rivet, there we go. Alright, just hold on. That'll be at the end, doesn't it? I don't know why I couldn't remember rivet.
Rivet.
Rivet. Hey y'all, and welcome back to the homestead. Well, if you've ever spent any time at all outside doing any type of work in the garden, landscaping, or whatever, you know how important good quality hand tools are. And no matter how good of a quality the hand tool is when you first get it, sooner or later something is going to break. And Lord knows, it always seems to happen on that day where you're out there and you're feeling good and you got a really good rhythm, and then all of a sudden, bam, it breaks. Now, unfortunately, in our throwaway society today, they don't make it to where you can fix some of these hand tools, but some of them you still can, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I had 2 pitchforks break on me within the last week, and we're going to go ahead and fix the handles. So let's get into it. Alright, with our 2 pitchforks that broke this week, one of them, it just slipped out of the handle, and the other one completely snapped. So the one that just slipped out of the handle is relatively easy to fix. And here's its handle. But I've been looking at this handle, and we've had this pitchfork for a while, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace it because there's some cracks and stuff in it, and every time we used it, I was always holding my breath because I would hear it groan and moan. Every time I used it, I just knew it was going to break. It was just a matter of time. And then if you look on the inside, you can see where it is dry rotted and just messed up. So we're just going to go ahead and replace the whole handle. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and replace it. We got a new handle. Now, I picked this handle up at our local box store. I think it was Lowe's. I think I paid like $12 for the handle versus like $20-some for a whole new pitchfork. And so, as you can see, it's a slip-on also. And so this fix is going to be relatively easy compared to the other one. Now, we also picked up some Gorilla construction adhesive. Now, I've never used this stuff before, but it says it works with metal and wood, tub, tile, mirrors, flag brackets. You use it for landscaping. So I went with the one that would pretty much do me a good catch-all, so that way I can at least get a good seal, for lack of a better term, because I can't think of the word right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this Gorilla construction adhesive, we're going to fill it in this hole really well, and then we're going to jam this back down into the hole. And this is a good thick putty type of adhesive. So we're just going to fill this in the best that we can, and then we're just going to take this guy, match him up. It's got a curve in the neck to match with the curve on this, and we just got to push it down in there. And then I'm going to let it sit for overnight, or maybe about 24 hours. And then it should be good to go. Now, the second one, the one that broke, well, that one requires a little bit more TLC. The first thing we have to do is get the old handle off. And as you can see, it's riveted in there. So one of the things that we're going to have to do is drill out these rivets. And how you do that is you get a drill bit that's just a little bit bigger than the rivet itself. Get mine just right about the same size, or maybe a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. And you just drill it out. Alright, so we got the last rivet out. Now, on the new ones, it's rubber and plastic, but this one is metal. So it gives me the great opportunity to grab my new side grinder and cut it away. Ta-da! Now, it takes a little work, but you can get it off. And then, we're going to clean this end up a little bit. Alright, so then once you get it cleaned up, it's just like the other one. Let's put a little adhesive in here, as much as we can get. Take this, get the curve right. And jam it in there. And then let it sit for 12 to 24 hours, and then you're back in business. Now here on the Big Bear Homestead, we try to be as self-reliant and self-sufficient as possible. And that means that sometimes we have to repair our own tools, and we have to change the oil in our own car or change the brakes in our own car. But at the end of the day, it sells about $10. And speaking of saving money, hey, why don't you guys go check out my predator-proof, predator-resistant chicken coop, so that way you can protect your birds from future predators. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.